Go. 10-team mock draft, another one on this day. I have the 7th pick in this one, so we'll see who goes first here as this draft kicks off now. First round, first pick. Couple drafts coming up in the next few days for me. Season starting Tuesday already with the Golden State Warriors and the Brooklyn Nets, and then the second game of that doubleheader, Lakers and Clippers. So it should be interesting. And James Harden goes one here. I wonder if James Harden will get traded before the season starts on Tuesday. I doubt it. But supposedly trade talks heating up for Harden going to Philly or Miami. So we'll see where that lands. But right now, Harden on the pick, he goes number 1. Doncic 2. Giannis 3. A lot of people high on Doncic this year. I am too. I think he'll be 3rd or 4th. On my rankings, he was 4th. Anthony Davis, because what he does all around, plus he's a big. That's why I had Davis ahead of Doncic. And Giannis at 2. Karl Anthony Towns 5. A lot of people high on Towns, but I think I like Jokic better than him as a big man. So number 6 here, we'll see who gets off the board. Either Curry or Lillard maybe. I'm hoping I get Jokic landing in this spot here at number 7. And then I could come back and get someone else like a Tatum possibly, a LeBron or a Kawhi. That'll be the strategy here with your drafts coming up. And yup, I'm going to take Jokic. Steph Curry went ahead of me, which I figured he would. Damian Lillard, number 8. So Lillard, 30 points a game last season. He's going to have another good season this year with Portland. And him as a first round is a perfect pick. Yeah, so now the 9th pick is up. We'll see who goes 9. Trey Young, number 9. That's a great pick for Young. 29 a game last year with 9 assists for Trey Young, and he's got better pieces around him there. Devin Booker, number 10. Flamethrower, great scorer. Number 11, LeBron James. That's about right where LeBron will go. Anywhere from the 11th to the 15th range of getting LeBron solid, because who knows how many games he's going to play this season is LeBron. And now I'm going to be up in 2 picks here. We'll see who goes in number 12 in this draft. So a 10-team draft, most people do 10s, but I prefer 12s. But as the days go on, I'm doing mocks of different types of numbers every week. Like tomorrow will be an 8-man mock. And then that should get you ready for your drafts coming up. And we got Kawhi Leonard here, Embiid, Bradley Beal, Jimmy Buckets, Paul George, Westbrook. I'm taking Westbrook. I think Westbrook, he's going to be close to averaging a triple-double once again with his new squad here in Washington. So I think he'll be good. Westbrook's going to have a lot of usage. The only thing he might not play in back-to-backs is Russell Westbrook. So we'll see what that goes with him this season in Westbrook. But now Kawhi Leonard, number 15. Is he going to play this season, or is he going to have a lot of load management? That remains to be reported or seen with the Clippers and Leonard. Hopefully he plays this year because he's a great player and he can help a lot of fantasy teams. Joel Embiid, number 16 here in this mock draft. Embiid, he should be pretty decent this season. Injuries are only the problem for Embiid throughout his career, but if he stays healthy here in Philly, you know he's a top 15, 20 player for fantasy basketball. He gives you a little bit of everything. Number 17, Kyrie Irving. I think that was a stretch in this draft. Irving, he's more of a 3rd or 4th rounder. You know, he's bound to get injured. Already Steve Nash said Irving's not going to play every game this season. So Irving, if he plays 30 or 40 games, it wouldn't surprise me, and that's all I expect from him. So taking him in the 2nd round, I don't like it. It's too early in the draft, in my opinion, to take Irving here. Number 18, Bam Adebayo. Great season last year, Bam. He got the money and he got the contract this offseason. And Bam, he does a little bit of everything. He's going to help in field goal, free throw, just shooting threes he's going to have to work on. But he's more of a center-powered forward, a traditional one. He's a throwback, is Bam. And he's a guy on a great team, is Bam Adebayo. So we'll see what he can do. Is Bam this season. Jimmy Butler, number 12. Number 20, I mean Jimmy Butler. Butler, I like him here at this number at the end of the second round. Jimmy Buckets, he's going to play a lot of games. He helps in a lot of categories, is Jimmy Butler. So we'll see what he does. DeAndre Ayton, number 21. Ayton's a good center with Phoenix. He's going to play, is Ayton. So he's pretty good. He's going to get the job done. And that's it. Ben Simmons, 23. Paul George, 22. Paul George, this is the season he's going to bounce back, supposedly, with the Clippers. He got a trainer, he got in shape, and he got paid big money. Last year, he was a disappointment in the playoffs, was Paul George. So we'll see what he does here. Ben Simmons, 23. I'm up once again here. We got Mitchell, Levine, Zion Williamson, Siakam. I'm going to go with Jamal Murray here. I'm just a big Murray fan. And I think Murray has a big season this year, and he don't miss many games either, is Murray. And he's the heart and soul, him and Jokic, of that Denver Nuggets squad. And I think this year Murray takes the next step. So getting him in the third round, I'm satisfied with that. And so far, I got a pretty good team. I got Westbrook and Murray, Nikola Jokic. And now I'm up again here soon in the beginning of the fourth round. We got Mitchell on the board, Morant, Levine, Zion. John Morant just went off the board, so the last few picks here. Ben Simmons, 23. We'll see if he gets traded to Houston or not. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's going to be good this season. He's the only big-time player pretty much there in OKC, and he's going to have a good role and play. John Collins, 25. He was a double-double machine last season for the Atlanta Hawks, so he's going to be good. I know there's more guys there with Gallinari, Bogdanovich, but Collins, I still think he's a solid pick here in the middle of the third round. Vukovic, 26, solid center, one of the last true centers left. He's improved on his three-point shooting, is Vukovic, and he could get the job done. Jamal Murray, 27, I took him. John Morant, Rookie of the Year. I think he'll be good again this season. If he could improve his three-point shooting, he'll be even better, is John Morant. And Donovan Mitchell, 29, Spider. He's a stud. What a playoff season he had last year in that great series versus Denver. And if he puts up big numbers again, is Mitchell, he's going to be great. Rudy Gobert, number 30. He's going to help in blocks, rebounds, points. He's going to have a good season, is Gobert. Zach LaVine, number 31. He's the main scorer over there in Chicago. So he's going to have a good season. The ball's going to be in his hands a lot. Zion Williamson finally off the board here at 32. And I think in the 30s and the beginning of the fourth round is about right for Zion to get. Nurkic, 33, that's a reach, in my opinion. I still got Siakam, still got Drummond out here, where Drummond, he's going to help a lot in points, rebounds, and block shots. So he's going to be a good get, and I'm taking Drummond. So Pascal Siakam, number 35. Siakam, I'm big on him. He's going to do a lot this season, is Siakam. He's going to have a good season, is Siakam. He's going to play well. He's going to hit threes. He's going to have more playing time, I believe, too, with Marcus Gasol out of the lineup this season and going to Los Angeles, and also Serge Ibaka going to the Clippers. So he's going to have a better role, Siakam. And at 35, I think it's a great pick. 36, Chris Paul, Phoenix Suns, new role he's going to have this season is Chris Paul, and he's going to be good this season, is Paul, with his new teammates. So Chris Paul, I like him this season. Just injuries have been the concern over the last few years for Chris Paul, and we'll see what he could do this season. Domantas Sabonis, a double-double machine. He was injured at the end of last season with Sabonis, but I think he could bounce back this year. is Sabonis, and have a good season. If he stays healthy, he's a great pick, especially here in the 4th round. 38, Brandon Ingram. I think he's going to have a big role this season once again with New Orleans. He got the max contract. He's going to get better as the years go on, and those comparisons to Kevin Durant, they're pretty similar now. The way he could score the basketball and make it look easy and effortless, and his jump shots improving. Number 39, Fred VanVleet of the Toronto Raptors. VanVleet, he's going to score his points. He got his big contract, but I think it's an overvalue and too early of a pick here at 39 to get him. You still got Lowry there. Lowry's still going to play his minutes, even though I don't think Lowry's that great for fantasy either this season. I think he's going to take a step back. Russell 41, Fox at 40. Fox, he's the main man there in Sacramento. Another guy who got paid big bucks this offseason, and he's one of the only Kings, him and Buddy Hield, I would probably want on my fantasy team. D-Russ 41, he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot this season in Minnesota with his buddy Karl Anthony Towns and the crew over there. Now I'm up again. I'm going Michael Porter Jr. I'm just big on Porter this season. No more Jeremy Grant, so he's going to step in and he's going to have a huge role and be a big part of this Nugget team, hoping that they can make the finals. They got to the Western Finals last year, so this season they're hoping to get further. They're hoping to overcome the Lakers, and we'll see what they could do. But I think Michael Porter is going to have a huge season, and at 47, I think I got good value. 42, Lowry, I spoke about him. I think his numbers take a step back this season, and the 40s is too high. McCollum, 43. I don't have a problem with it. McCollum, he's a great player. He's going to help in threes, field goals, free throw, and he don't miss many games as McCollum. He's a warrior in that aspect. Christian Wood, 44, New Houston Rocket. I think the numbers go down, and he's going to be inconsistent. In Detroit, he had the ball in his hands a lot last season, but now in Houston with James Harden still there, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker, I think his stats are going to take a hit, and he's not going to be as consistent every night. 46, Chris Middleton, solid role player, good player for this Milwaukee Buck team, and he's going to help in threes, points, free throws, and field goal. And True Holiday, his new teammate at 46, he's going to fit good, I believe, over there in Milwaukee, and they did trade a boatload to get him. But I think he's going to be good. Is True Holiday this season. Number 47, I got Porter. I talked about him already, and I'm up again. We got Miles Turner, Brogdon, Buddy Hield, T.J. Warren, Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre, John Wall, Hayward. I'm staying away from him. Miles Turner, he's a traditional big. He's out with the concussion. But I think Turner is going to be good this season, and I'm taking him here now. And my team's pretty balanced. I got Turner, Drummond, Nikola Jokovic, Porter, Jamal Murray, and Westbrook. So I'm going to be beefing up here this time in rebounds, block shots, and field goal percentage. I'm going to be pretty solid. Now I could go best player available. I got my 3 good big men in Drummond, Turner, and Jokic. In this draft, I did a little bit of a different strategy than I did in others. I went with the bigs this season. So now here we go. Let's see the last few picks coming in. So we went Mitchell Robinson, 49. Mitchell Robinson, he's going to be good this season, but I think at 49, it's too high of a draft pick. He's not going to be playing crazy amount of minutes, I believe, for the Knicks. But Robinson, he's going to help in field goal, rebounds, and block shots. Lamarcus Aldridge, number 50, he's a decent role player and good player still. But at 50, I think it's still too high of a pick. Valanciunas, 51, that's a good area to get him. He's a good center. He's going to get rebounds, block shots. And if he could develop a jump shot, watch out. Hassan Whiteside, 52. We don't know his role yet with this Sacramento King team this season. But if he could get things going and he could produce a jump shot as well, he's going to help, off the bat in rebounds, block shots, and field goals. He'll be pretty good. Kristaps Porzingis at 53, I think so, throwaway pick. He has no timetable to return. I know there's injury spots in a lot of leagues, but Kristaps, I just don't think he gets the job done. Miles Turner, 54, I got him. DeMar DeRozan, I say this every draft, one-trick pony. He's going to help in points and field goals made if you're in those type of leagues, but that's besides it. Gordon Hayward, 56, he's injured. I don't want to have anything to do with Gordon Hayward. He's injured already, even though if he's probably going to play, I still can't trust him. And to get him in the 6th round, I think he's going to bust out. 57, Robert Covington, he's a good role player. He's with Portland now. He was fitting perfect with Houston last season when they traded for him, hitting threes, doing all the dirty work for that ball club. And now Lonzo Ball, 58. Lonzo, this is a contract season. He was horrible in the bubble when he returned, but this season's do or die here for Lonzo Ball, and I think he could do good, and he's going to have a lot of good teammates he has there as well. So now I'm up again. We got John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, Andrew Wiggins. I like Wiggins a lot this season. With Klay Thompson out for the year, Wiggins is going to be the second option, and he's been pretty durable throughout his career. So I think Andrew Wiggins, he could get 22 to 25 points a game, 4 or 5 rebounds, and he could get an assist to 3 assists a game as well. Took a water break there. I'm going great. Malcolm Brogdon, 59. Brogdon, he was great last season with a couple triple-doubles as well. And he fits that Indiana team like a glove. Buddy Hield, 60. He's a good player on the Kings. Is Hield. He'll hit threes. He'll score the basketball. But he might get traded as well this offseason when the season starts. TJ Warren, 61. He's banged up a little, is Warren. And now I'm up again. We got Steve Adams, Kevin Love, Victor Oladipo, Mike Conley. Brook Lopez is here. Blake Griffin, who you know I'm big on. If you've been watching these mock drafts. Right here, I'm going to go Julius Randle. He puts up numbers, and the Knicks, they don't have many options there. And Randle, he's better in fantasy than he is in real life. Is Julius Randle. He's going to get double-doubles. He's going to play tons of minutes for the Knicks. So to get him here in the 8th round, I think it's a good get. And so far, my team's panning out pretty good. Got Russell Westbrook, Jamal Murray, Andrew Wiggins, Michael Porter, Nikola Jokovic, Miles Turner, Andre Drummond, Julius Randle. So now 5 more picks left on the board. I got to fill the 2 utilities and 3 bench spots. So let's catch up on some of the picks. Where was I? At TJ Warren, 61. He's banged up with plantar fasciitis, but you know what Warren could do. We saw it in the playoffs. 62, Draymond Green, he's getting up there in age, and injuries are catching up. But I guess in the 60s, it's not that bad when a few seasons ago, he was a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Clint Capella, 63. He's with the Hawks. We'll see what he could do this season, is Clint Capella. He was banged up a lot last season, but I think he fits that Hawk team good, and he's going to help him block shots, rebounds, and points. Kelly Oubre, he's with a new team as well with the Golden State Warriors. And I think he's going to fit good, especially with Klay Thompson out for the year. He'll most likely be the 3rd or 4th option in that offense behind Curry, Wiggins, and either Wiseman. DeJounte Murray, he's starting for San Antonio at 65. It's a good pick. Darrell White, he's out for a long time with the toe injury. 66, Tobias Harris. He's going to have a good role in Philly. He could score the basketball, you know that, but he's more like a DeMar DeRozan, where he's only going to help you in a couple stat categories or points leagues, is Tobias Harris. Then I went Wiggins, 67, 68, John Wall. Health's the problem with Wall. If he's healthy, he's going to be great. So at 68, I don't have a problem with it. Jaren Jackson, he's injured. We'll see when he comes back, but when he plays, he's good. Thomas Bryant is at 70. So we'll see what Bryant could do this season. 71, Kobe White. I think he's going to break out this season is Kobe White. Eric Bledsoe, 72. He'll probably be the backup to Lonzo Ball this season. Aaron Gordon, 73. If he's just got to shoot the basketball better, that's it for Gordon. Everything else he pretty much could do. 74, I got Randall. And now I'm up again here at 87. We got Oladipo, Bridges, Mike Conley, Markelle Fultz, Bertans, Hero. I'm going to go Oladipo. Then we got 74. I took Randall. 75, Steve Adams, solid vet, perfect center for fantasy. And I think he fits like a glove also over there in New Orleans. And that's a team to watch out for. They're on the rise right now is the New Orleans Pelicans with the few moves they made this offseason. Derek White, 76. I spoke about him before. He's injured for who knows how long he's going to be out. And to take him in the 8th round, I don't think he's that great of a player where I'm going to stash him and take him this early. Ricky Rubio, 77. Is Rubio. He could assist. He's with Minnesota once again where his career started. And he's got good players around him. And Rubio, he had a good season with Phoenix before they shipped him off in that Chris Paul trade. Marcus Smart, 78. Smart, he does a little bit of everything for teams, but his field goal percentage, which will hurt you in fantasy basketball. But besides that, he's solid. Lauri Markkanen, could it be a bounce-back season for him this year? I don't know, but so far in the preseason, he struggled, and last year he was injured as well. His rookie year, he was great, so hopefully he bounces back. Wendell Carter, number 80, is Carter Jr. Hopefully he has a good season. I'm going Fultz here, is Carter. Number 81, Kevin Love, he's been banged up a lot. It's a youth movement over there in Cleveland, and hopefully Love could play this season a lot of games, but it seems like he misses a lot of games at weeks at a time. Colin Sexton, 82. Sexton, his 3rd season in the league, and he should be one of the main guys there this season for Cleveland, and they're going to give him tons of playing time, so hopefully he develops better. Blake Griffin, 83. Griffin, health is the issue with him, but he could get double-doubles, and he hits threes now as well. And to qualify a powered forward and center, that's pretty solid. 84, Kemba Walker, he's injured. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but at this point in the draft, it's not a bad gamble to get him here in the 9th round. 85, Danilo Gallinari, he's with the Hawks now. Gallinari, he's going to have similar stats this season, I believe, like he did with the Thunder last year. So I think Gallo, he'll be perfect this season and fit right in with the Hawk team and help fantasy teams as a late rounder here from the 9th to the 13th. Victor Oladipo, 87, 86, Horford on the Thunder now. He's going to be one of the main players, even though it's a youth movement this season in OKC. 88, Mikal Bridges, he'll have a big role in Phoenix. He should start at the shooting guard position this season. Mike Conley, number 89, he'll have a good season at point guard. Just health is his issue, but Utah, they're paying him big money. Last season, he was pretty good as Conley, and I think this season, again, he'll do well. OG Anunoby, he's getting his playing time this season. With Toronto Raptors, he should start and have a lot of minutes under his belt with some guys leaving in free agency. Brook Lopez, 91, he's a solid center. He fits well with that Milwaukee team like we've seen last season, so I think Brook could help fantasy. Raquan Holmes and Bagley, 92 and 93. These guys, I'm just not high on them. There was better players on the board, I believe, than these two guys. The Kings, I don't know what they're doing there. They're inconsistent, and that franchise, they've been having trouble producing players over the last few seasons, and when they do, they trade them away. So I think Bagley and Holmes, they're not really going to do much for fantasy, and getting them in the 10th round is not the worst thing, but you could have waited later, in my opinion, to get them. So I'm up again here. We got Lamello. I'm taking Lamello. He's looked good so far in the preseason, is Lamello Ball, and I think at 107, it's perfect to get him. Him and Wiseman, I think, will be the top 2 rookies in fantasy basketball this season. Then 94, Markelle Fultz. He was great last season. I took him again here. He just has to improve on his jump shooting with this Orlando Magic ball club. So Markelle Fultz, he's a good get. He's going to give you a lot of points. He's going to get some steals, some assists, and he's decent in field goals. 95, Devontae Graham. With LaMelo Ball in town now, we don't know how many minutes Graham, Rozier, and Ball are going to split, and also they got the other Bridges brother. But these guys are pretty good. He's had a decent season last season, Graham. He came on the scene as one of the top waiver wire pickups, and to get him in the 10th round, still a pretty good get. 96, Davis Bertans, the Washington Wizards. Bertans got paid huge money this offseason, and he was a great stretch 3 or 4 for the Wizards. And now this season with Russell Westbrook in town, his stats might go down just a bit, but I still think he's pretty decent this season, and he's not a bad get in this draft. At this point in the draft, at least, I would say, is Bertans. 97, DeMarcus Cousins. I'm up again here. Probably need a big man for the bench. I'll get R.J. Barrett, another guy who's going to play a lot in New York, and he'll just fill out my roster. At this point in the draft, you want guys who can get big playing time. And for me to get R.J. Barrett here in the 12th round, a guy with huge upside, and he's only going to get better as the years go on, I think it's a good steal pick at this point. Then we got 97 Cousins. Health's the issue. Cousins, he's not going to be 26 and 11 anymore, but he's still going to put up numbers and make some plays and help your fantasy team. Is DeMarcus Cousins. If he could stay healthy, he's fine in 97. 98 James Wiseman. Like I said, him and Ball are going to be the two top rookies, and this guy could dominate down low for this team. Number 99, Montrezl Harrell. He's going to be good, is Harrell. Sixth man of the year last year. Now he traded Los Angeles teams. He goes to the Lakers. I have a problem with him in 99, though. I think you could have waited around the two more to get him. So, Montrezl Harrell, he'll be good. He'll play this season. Just with Davis and James on the court at the same time with him could be an issue. Clark, 100. He'll help in many categories, and he's a good player for Memphis. Jeremy Grant, 101. I think he's going to be a bust in Detroit, but he's going to get huge playing time. And to get a starter in the 11th round, why not? Tyler Hero, 102. Hero, he plays a lot of positions, is Hero. He can make the plays. He could get things going. And he's a good ball player to have on your fantasy team. And he's only going to get better as well with that postseason experience and playing in the finals. That could evaluate a player to the next level. And I believe it did with Hero. Derrick Rose, 103. He's not going to start. Killian Hayes is, but Rose is still going to have value. And he's a good value pick in the 11th round. Bogdan Bodanovich, new member of the Atlanta Hawks. He was good last season. I think his stats will be similar. And he's a guy that plays multiple positions in fantasy basketball. So he's a perfect. And the steal, I believe, at 104. Karis LeVert, 105. There's Knights Irving and Durant aren't going to play, where LeVert's going to be the main option. And LeVert, he's going to have a big role, I believe, most of the season with this Brooklyn Net team. And to get him in the 11th round's a steal. The other Bogdanovich on Utah, 106. He's going to be good. He's Bogdanovich. He's going to score points. He's going to hit threes. And he's a good get at this late in the draft. Lamello Ball, I got him 107. I believe he's the top rookie this season in fantasy. And he's going to help teams out. And to get him in the 11th round's a steal. Fournier, 108. He's a good shooter. He's going to help at threes, free throws, and points. And at 108, he's going to start too. Good pick. 109, Norman Powell. His role should expand here for Toronto, is Norman Powell. He's going to score baskets. He's going to get points, and he's going to play. Otto Porter, 110. This is my last pick coming up in this draft. I'm going to need a big in this one for my bench to solidify my team and balance it out as well. We got Marquise Chris, Marcus Gasol, Paul Millsap. Let's go to the forward position, see who we got. Cam Reddish, Hachimura, Toppin, Crowder. Thinking of Hachimura. He was a double-double guy a few seasons ago. Porter, 110. He'll have a decent role with the Bulls, but his numbers haven't been the same since he left Washington. PJ Washington, 111. Washington was a solid player for the Charlotte Hornets last season, and this year I think he'll be decent as well. And to get him in the 12th round's a good pick. The DiVincenzo at 112, he's going to start for the Milwaukee Bucks this season. He's going to help in threes, points, and free throw percentage. So that's a good get. 113, Serge Ibaka, now with the Clippers. More of the same. Threes, rebounds, blocks. And at 12, that's a great pick. 114, I went Barrett. 115, Dennis Schroeder of the Los Angeles Lakers. His stats should go down a little with Davis and LeBron, obviously, over there. But Schroeder, he's still going to be a good fantasy player. He knows how to get baskets, and he's going to be a good role player. And to get a guy who's possibly going to start as well or be a six-man at 115, why not? Goran Dragic, 116, he's the leader of the Heat. Good point guard. He still could put up numbers. And last season, he took off in the second half. 117, Seth Curry. He's now with his father-in-law, Doc Rivers, in Philadelphia with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And he's going to have a good role. They traded a first-round pick to get him with Josh Richardson as well. So this is a guy, Seth Curry, Philly really wanted, and he's going to play big minutes, I believe. Lou Williams, former Sixth Man of the Year, 118. So Lou Williams, he's going to be good this season. You know his specialty scoring and assists and three-pointers. So that's what he's going to give your team. And in the 12th round, good get, 119. Daniel Theis of the Boston Celtics. Tristan Thompson was signed in the offseason. But Theis, he's going to be the starter this year with Thompson out with the hamstring injury, with no timetable to return. And Theis, he does the dirty work. He'll get rebounds, a lot of putbacks, some block shots. So he's a good guy at the end of your bench. At 119, 120, Nerlens Noel, he's with the New York Knicks now. And Noel, he might possibly be starter to start the season with locking shots, rebounds. And Noel, he's playing for a contract as well. He's a solid vet. And to get him in the 12th round, the guy who's going to have a decent role, that's a good pickup. Duncan Robinson, 121. We saw what he could do. Lights out from three-point range. And he's a three-point specialist. He's a great free throw shooter. And another guy, obviously, like his teammate Tyler Hero, with tons of experience now in the playoffs, just evaluating these players and making them better to get to the next level here in the regular season. Jared Allen, 122. I think he'll be a big part of this net team this season. Block shots, rebounds, and field goal percentage. He's going to start him and Jordan. We'll see who. But it's a good pick. Miles Bridges, like I said before, I spoke about him. He was a great player last season for Charlotte. And to get him in the 13th round's a total steal. And he's going to put up good numbers and a great player to have on your bench or even start. Josh Richardson, 124. He got traded for Dallas, like I mentioned, for Seth Curry. And Richardson, he should have a decent role as a six-man or possibly even one of the guards or forwards starting. 125, DeAndre Jordan, like I mentioned with Allen. It's either him or Allen at starter. Jordan, I think his best seasons are behind him, but he still could help in the rebound category. Some field goal he could help, and some block shots. 126, Larry Nance. It's a youth movement over there in Cleveland. Nance, he's a veteran now. He's always injured, though, it seems like. But he's still going to have a major role with this Cavalier team. And I don't have a problem with him in 13th round. Hachimura, I got him at 127. He's going to play a lot. Hopefully he could put up double-doubles this season. And with a player like Russell Westbrook setting him up and teams focusing in on him and Bradley Beal, Hachimura, he could have a good season and shoot that three. Kevin Huerter, 128. Huerter, he's a good player, but there's so many guys now there in Atlanta with Bogdanovich, Gallinari, Trey Young, DeAndre Hunter. So they got tons of players. Clint Capella, Cam Reddish. So Huerter, I don't know if he's going to have a huge role with this Hawk team, but to take a flyer on him in the last round, it's good. And 129, Will Barton, he's back this season. He was injured most of the year, and he missed the playoffs for this Nugget team. With Grant gone, the spot opens up. Even though Porter is going to play the 30, 35 minutes a game, Will Barton, I think he's going to be good. He's going to help in threes. He could score the basketball, and he's decent at field goal percentage as well. And Jeff Teague, 130, he's going to be the starter a month or two for this Boston Celtic team after Kemba Walker going down with the injury. And he's out, like I said, a month or two. So to take a starter, last pick of the draft, that's a good pick. And now this is my final roster. Russell Westbrook at point guard. I got him in the second round. Jamal Murray, shooting guard. I got him in the third round. Andrew Wiggins, I got him at guard here in the sixth. Michael Porter, I'm big on him this season. I got 3 Nuggets, but all these guys are going to have huge seasons. Nikola Jokic, first round at 7. I love it. Miles Turner, I got him at 54 overall. He's going to help me in a lot of categories and just helps the issue with him. Andre Drummond, 17 and 15 last season with 2 blocks a game, and hopefully he could duplicate or come close to those stats this season in his first full year with the Cleveland Cavs. And Victor Oladipo and Julius Randle, solid players. Randle, he's a double-double guy. Victor Oladipo, he's going to score the basketball. And another year healthy off the injury, he should be better. Markelle Fultz, could he take even a next step this season after last year? The former first overall pick had a breakout season. Now we'll see if he could start shooting three-pointers and play good. Lamello Ball, 107, it was a steal. I think Ball will be the best rookie in fantasy basketball and possibly win Rookie of the Year this season for the Hornets. RJ Barrett, he's going to play big minutes for the Knicks. Barrett, he's just got to improve his shooting and free throw shooting as well. But I think Barrett will be good. He's going to help your fantasy club, and the Knicks have a lot invested in him, taking him with the third pick last season. So he's going to get all the opportunities, and he's going to play big minutes. And Rui Hachimura, like I mentioned, with Westbrook there and Bradley Beal teams, they're not going to be focused on him. And if Hachimura could be a stretch forward for this team, he could help. And a few seasons ago, he was good in fantasy. So hopefully this year he pans out. So my team, I like how I drafted it. It's balanced. I'm going to be decent in every category. And this is a team that you could put together. And with the 7th pick in this draft, a couple guys fell down to me. But I like how my team was constructed. And if I could draft a team similar to this in a full season league, it would be nice. So that was a 10-team mock draft. Hopefully it helps some people out, and I'm doing an 18 mock. That'll be posted tomorrow, so I'll see you then.